when I told the story, was basically saying I was preyed on. Some people called it groomed. I was being groomed. I was groomed.
I'm a real upgrade. Keep it 1,000. She ain't fucking with my style, no, no. You need someone that you know ain't gon' tell. I scoop you up when she giving you hell. Look at me, baby.
Hey guys. Okay, so I know I've been MIA. I apologize, but hear me out. I've been cleansing myself and coming clean about some things. I had to come clean to my mother about a person that she knew and basically I grew up with. She didn't grow up with me, but my mom, knew her. We all knew her. She knows my whole family, almost my whole family. But anyway, my mom's side and she knows some of my dad's side. But I was with this woman at the age of 15 going on 16, and I believe she was around 27, maybe 28, something like that. She was way older than me, is way older than me. And we ended up in a relationship. Some people, when I told the story, was basically saying I was preyed on. Some people called it groomed. I was being groomed. I was groomed. My mom, she did ask me a long time ago when she started noticing things, or somebody told her something about it. She asked me if this such and such person was doing things to me, and I told her no, which of course I lied to protect that person. And because this person I knew since I was probably like 5 or 6 or something like that. And she never did anything to me. She never said anything inappropriate to me. I would sit on the steps with her. She would buy me ice cream, buy me food. I would in her house, live with her little sister. I'm like maybe 3 years older than her sister, maybe 4. Maybe a little bit more than that. But either way, we would still play. And it was like a home away from home because I had like 4 brothers at the time. It was always terrorizing me. But anyway, that's another story. So we, as time went on, basically she moved off the block or whatever in North Philly, and later down the years we got in contact again. I don't know how we got in contact again. I don't remember that part, but I do remember that we would just talk every night. And one night we were talking on the phone. We would sleep on the phone too. We were talking on the phone, and she was just like, "Oh my God, you got so big." I was like, "Yeah, I did. I am grown or whatever." And she was like, "I bet you are." Like, you could hear it in the voice, like the flirtation. So, and I was just like, you know what? I want to come see you. I ain't seen you in so long. I ain't seen you in years. So I went over her house or whatever, took my little sister with me, and her little sister and my little sister went to go play and everything like that. And we were just catching up. I said hi to her mom and stuff like that. We was catching up. And closer to the end of the night, when I'm like, all right, well, I gotta leave because I got my sister. I gotta go to school. I gotta take her back home. She gotta go to school or whatever. So she's just sitting there, just like staring at me, biting her lip, and I'm like, what the heck? Like what? And then she like put her hand on my thigh, and then she like touched my titty, and I'm like, what you doing? She was like, ooh, and she was like, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have did that. And I was like, you cool, or whatever. So I brushed it off. So then we went downstairs to go get my sister or whatever so we could leave. Her and my sister went outside like to go run around and play with each other while we were still like in the vestibule talking or whatever. And then she was like, you're not gonna tell nobody that I did that. I was like, no, you good. And then she touched my titty again and then like kissed my neck. And it made me feel a way, but not a bad way. So I guess that's when it started happening, because after that, I didn't want to stop going over there. Now, before her, I did have like encounters with girls, and I had like my little feelings about them and stuff like that. Teenage stuff. But I kept going over her house. Things started getting real deeper. Things started being done to me. You know, like her fist was in me. I know my mom probably gonna watch this. I'm sorry, Mom, but I'm just letting I'm just letting it out because I was scared to say anything. And I know it's explicit, so I'm sorry again, but this is real life. Went down on me while my menstrual was on. Had blood clots in her mouth. Did a lot of things to me that, you know, I thought was my fault, because I'm thinking people would say, well, you was old enough to know better and stuff like that, but I did not know that my mind was warped, because I'm thinking I'm in love with this lady and she only care about me and she want to be with me. I don't know. I felt loved. I felt happy, you know, and I just was like, I don't want to let this go. I start like being late to church. Some days I wouldn't go to school. And then when I started detaching from her as I got older, 17, 18, because I'm about to graduate high school, because she started acting real possessive and like calling my phone while I'm in school all the time and almost getting my phone taken. It was just so much. And as I got older, I still couldn't let her go. But she would like try to sabotage my relationships, telling me that they cheating on me, even though, you know, they was stupid. But she would just tell me stuff just to make me second guess the people that I was with all the time. But she could have a boyfriend and want to keep me a secret, keep calling me her niece and her girlfriend, which was odd, very odd. And up until now, when I started letting the truth be known, I just felt like it was my fault, because I felt like I should have known better. So it's probably more that I'm probably leaving out, but it's a whole story. And it, as I would start to remember, I probably would bring it to, you know, to a story time. But what I can remember off the top of my head is what I'm telling you. But I didn't know I was being groomed. I really didn't. I didn't know I was being preyed on. I didn't know. I really didn't know. And she would just say, you so pretty and I want you all to myself and anybody will want to have you, but I got you. I'm keeping you and you ain't going to be with nobody. Yeah. But that's my story. And yeah, I'm sorry if that happened to you. I'm even sorry it happened to me. I probably wouldn't have been in a lot of things if it didn't happen to me. I don't know. God's plan is God's plan, but things happen for a reason. But, you know, adults need to be held accountable, especially when it's found out when people are still children. Don't turn a blind eye. Don't, especially if they so young, then they just telling you something. They telling you for a reason. So yeah. But, and also, if you see this, don't lie to your parents if they ask you. Don't lie. Tell them the truth. Tell them the truth. Because I knew my mom was going to beat the bricks off that lady and I didn't want her in jail. But tell the truth. Tell the truth. But I'm going to go. That was a lot. That took a lot out of me. Make sure you hit the follow. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe this YouTube channel. Hit the follow. Hit the subscribe bell next to the subscribe button for more videos from me, Dimples215. Y'all can tell I won't be on my page no more like that. But I will see you guys next time. Bye.